Hey guys, I'm Jeff Borham, owner of Team Borham at eXp Realty. We are a 9-figure real estate team in Tampa Bay, Florida, and I make videos weekly to help new agents and the public understand Tampa Bay real estate. How to sell your first home. You know, what's interesting is I started my real estate career working for developers, and I sold hundreds and hundreds of condos, and yet that was come to me business. And then when the real estate market crashed in 2008, I had to become a general realtor, which is the greatest career on the planet.
It's amazing!
That's what I do today. And I didn't know where to start. I didn't know what to do. So candidly, all I did was hound my friends, and I mean hound. Every time I saw them, I let them know that I was a real estate agent looking to help them buy a house.
Buy a house?
Because look, I was 24 years old and all of my friends didn't own homes, so I couldn't go after listings. I only knew how to go after buyers at that point. So literally every time I saw them, I would say, hey, by the way, you have a real job. Remember, this is 2009 and the economy was in the gutter.
Steven, we are almost broke.
So I would literally say, you have a real job, you should buy a house. And there happened to also be an $8,000 tax credit you could get by getting a house back in 2009 and 10. So what I did is I hounded them until somebody raised their hand. And here's what's so cool about that is the first general real estate sale I ever did. His name's Michael Donor. He is our sales manager here at Team Borham at eXp Realty. It's come full circle. I then recruited him to become a real estate agent.
Recruit?
I mean, you can't make this stuff up. It's a pretty cool story. And look, it was not an easy deal. It was a short sale. There were issues. We had to deal with the bank.
Issues.
I mean, it's so much easier today to sell a house than it was in 2009 going through the short sale process. So my suggestion to people first starting out, of course, is to not hound your database, but to definitely make inroads with the people that you know, because they already like and trust you.
I trust you. You trust me.
And if you're a brand new realtor, it's a very, very real possibility that they're gonna give you a shot because they believe in you. So please let all of your friends, family, know what you do now and how they can support you, whether that's using you directly or sending you one of their friends or family members that needs real estate. This is the quickest way you can sell a house. As I mentioned, it usually starts with your database, but really you need experience.
Experience in what?
You need to get as much experience as quickly as you can, and that's where open houses come into play. There is no better way to get belly to belly with multiple potential buyers and sellers than there is holding an open house at a high traffic property. You see, when I started out in real estate, remember I was doing condo conversions and I would meet with 50 people a week.
What?
That means in my first year of real estate, I pretty much got the experience of a 10-year veteran realtor. And I want the same for you. And the quickest way for you to do it is to do open houses. Second, you gotta meet more people and start building that database. So go to high quality networking events and start meeting the right people. Is your database filled with 9-to-5ers, or is it filled with business owners, salespeople, directors of companies? We need the right people on our database. We need the right connections to people that can refer you business. Now you're saying, well, Jeff, how do I list and sell houses? Well, I've given you the foundational information on how to meet people and start building those relationships. Now you've got to educate yourself.
Education.
On how to actually realtor, because let's be candid, your state licensing course did not actually teach you how to sell real estate. It taught you how to pass a test. So now, what brokerage are you with? Are you in an environment where they're teaching you the contracts, where they're teaching you the paperwork? They're walking you through the whole process. My desire for you is for you to be in an environment that fosters your growth. I mean, I'll tell you here at Team Borham, for brand new realtors last year, the average new contract was 51 days for a new agent to put someone under contract. Out in the real world, it's more like 9 months, and there's no reason for that.
No.
you too can get into production quickly by making sure you're in the right environment that will truly support you in getting up and running and teaching you what's necessary. And also, you need some personal responsibility. It's not just on your brokerage or your real estate team to get you up and running. Are you truly spending time at home studying the process? Are you going on YouTube and watching the greats? Are you shadowing senior agents and seeing how they do it? Between a great environment and your self-start attitude, this is the step-by-step from listing the house to getting it to closing. Listen up. Well, you see, when you finally get that first listing appointment, I want you to be over-prepared. Not overthink it.
Overthinking it, you're overthinking it.
But over-prepared. Let's research that property. We want to know how many square feet it is. We want to know any permits that have been pulled so that you know updates to the property. We want to look at the comparable properties. I mean, go deep. Go back and look at that neighborhood. Look at the trajectory of growth and appreciation over the years. Look at like neighborhoods in other parts of town that are similar. Look at tax records. Make sure that you know everything and anything about that property, so if the seller asks you a question, you have a great answer. And practice your listing presentation. What are you gonna say to the seller? What's your marketing look like? You know, what are you doing to contribute to the process of selling that property? So now when you meet with the seller, you want to make sure that you do a thorough needs analysis. What's a needs analysis?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, you see, you want to know what's important to the seller so you can see if you're the right fit to help them. You know, what are the top 2 or 3 things that they're truly looking for out of their realtor and out of the experience of selling their property? We want to know. And this is to extract information. It is not to answer them and tell them you can do it. Just pull out all that information. Use it to your advantage later by going through your process and how you're going to support them, and show them that you're the right agent for them. Don't tell them. Then you're going to do a comparable market analysis with the seller. You're going to show them the comparable properties that match their house, so that they can decide what the right price is to list their house at with your guidance and expertise. And then you put the house on the market. You're gonna want really good photography, perhaps a video, perhaps other enhancements that you can do like Matterport, 3D cameras, to make sure you can put that specific property in the best light possible when you market it, and then let the world know. Get your phone out and call the neighborhood, because birds of a feather flock together. If somebody lives in that neighborhood, they might have a friend or a family member that wants to live there too. So we're going to get you into activity, pitching this property to the neighbors, pitching this property to other realtors. That's right. You're going to call every active listing, pending and recent sold, and let that agent know that you just listed that property, and let them know you would love to work with them if they have a buyer that matches that property. You see, by you being proactive, you're going to help that property sell faster. And once you get it under contract, you're going to babysit that contract. You're going to make sure the escrow is made. You're going to make sure that any inspection items are negotiated properly, that you have comparables to give the appraiser if there's an appraisal involved. And then you're going to sit back and let the title agent or attorney do their thing. Never leave your lane. You're a realtor. Let the other professionals do their thing, but check in with them. We want to inspect what we expect and make sure that all of the professionals in the transaction are doing what they're doing. And when that happens, you're going to have a very happy closing with a grateful seller, and you're going to get your first commission check, and it could change your life. Remember this, you are the real estate agent. You are the quarterback of this transaction. You are the sun in the solar system. At the end of the day, it's our responsibility to check in and make sure that everybody does what they're supposed to. And when you own that, you own your future. Closing techniques. Some great closing techniques is, remember, listen. You've got 2 ears, you got 1 mouth. So we want to sometimes ask a question.
It's asking questions. What questions?
And candidly shut up and let the seller or buyer talk, so that they can explain what they're looking for. And again, remember, like that needs analysis, we're not confirming or denying what they say, we're just absorbing the information. Because think about it, let's say you're with a buyer and you meet with them and do a buyer consultation, and they say they want a 4-bedroom, 2-bath in this part of town, in this price range, in this condition. Well, when you go show them a 4-2 in this part of town in the condition they described, after the showing, you can look at them in the eye and say, Mr. or Mrs. Buyer, this is exactly what you said you were looking for. Are you prepared to make an offer? It's not sales when you're giving them what they want. So make sure you truly understand what your client is looking for so that you can find it, deliver it for them, or have a conversation and guide them to where they need to be if they have unrealistic expectations. And that's okay too. Remember, it's better to ask them 500 questions now and show them 5 houses than it is to ask them 5 questions now and have to show them 500 houses. That's not the professional way. The professional way is to consult, guide, and educate so that you can use the information of what they want and what the market is doing to get them to the desired outcome. When you can achieve that, you will be a top realtor. The best way to sell a house is to not sell at all. We want to ask powerful questions, extract information from our seller, from our buyer, and then use that information to get them the desired outcome that they're looking for. I'll give you another example. If I meet with a seller and they say they want to sell their home for $300 a square foot and the comparable properties match that, well then when we get an offer that's at $300 a square foot, I can call the seller and say, great news, mission accomplished. We just got an offer of $300 a square foot on your house. What are they gonna say? That's exactly what they told you they wanted. They're gonna say, yes, accept it, take it to the bank. And that's how you sell, is by not selling, but using your client's mission to close them. I hope this was helpful. If you enjoyed this video, hit that smash button, share it with another new realtor friend of yours, and let's all get better together.